Welcome to the Any Given Chance podcast. Stories about passion and sacrifice. What actually goes on behind the scenes in the consistent chase of everything. We're going to bring you some untold stories, some of people you know, some of people you don't. These stories that we bring on with our guests are nothing short of inspiring and will get you out there chasing your own goals as well. Join me, your host, 3am 365, Matty Menyon, as we dive into these incredible stories. And of course, as the podcast grows, so do we together. So stick with us from the start, hit that like and share, subscribe button, get your family and friends involved, and we'll see where we are in 100 podcasts. No days off, no excuses.
So here we go. Any Given Chance. Welcome. Now, I've got to get this intro right, mate, because it is a massive one. I'm actually so honoured to have you on the show. Thank you so much. Two-time Olympian, two-time Commonwealth Games, 217 amateur fights, 180 wins. That puts you at a win rate of 80%. I think I said it before when we were talking. I wish I was fucking on you for all those wins. This in the super bantamweight and super fly division, WBF, WBU super flyweight title, 23rd Indigenous Olympian, and you've paved the way for many more. You work in the community and keeping your hands to yourself, which focuses on drug and alcohol violence while you're out there. Ladies and gentlemen, Brad Hore.
Hello, buddy.
Mate, I feel like I'm sitting with royalty right now, mate. You know, being your mate and that, I've never really dove into your career until we spoke about doing this. And then, mate, there's pages on you. And
yeah, there is. I haven't been on Google or anything for a while, but a lot of people do say there's a lot on there, and it just reminds you, all the little memories come up about and shit, I've done that. Yeah. So that's what we're about here. Like, obviously, the podcast, Any Given Chance, finding stories of people, you know, who consistently were on the grind and consistently chasing that dream. And, mate, we did a couple earlier this week on guys who are chasing that dream and what they're actually, the energy that they're putting into it to get there. You're the opposite of them. You've done it. You've been there. You've done the hard yards, and you're going back in the ring as well. Yeah, silly me going back in again. But, you know, my advice to young people is always just dream big, and that's something that I live off, and, you know, just like to challenge myself, so I'm back again.
So how many days was it? I think we just spoke about that.
I've been out of the ring for 2,107 days will be when I fight in 3 weeks' time, so probably the biggest or the most, you know, interactive time out of the ring, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah. Because your last fight was for the WBC title, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Against Rexo,
yeah. So.
And absolute fucking war.
Yeah, it was a good war over there. You know, he was a young boxer. I think he's 19-0 really. Still, he went back to the amateurs to trial for the Tokyo Olympics. I don't know how he went with that because of COVID rules. A lot of the last qualifications. I think he was in that last qualification, so he might be out of that. So he might be going back to pro. I don't think he's only fought as an amateur since I last fought him. So we had a good war there, and I went over to Hong Kong, and the atmosphere is just crazy over there.
It's nuts. We just had Justin Wood on there, and he rode track work over in Hong Kong. And he said, living over there for a year, he goes, it's just another level of just energy and people crammed into one place, and then it erupts. And your one, especially, I watched you fight again, like I said earlier, and it was an absolute war. There was non-stop entertainment. You'd go bang, 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 and he'd fire back with 10, and then after you caught 10, you'd fire back with 20, and, mate, it was one of the most entertaining fights I've ever seen.
Yeah, and it was probably like, it was one of those fights where it was either make or break sort of thing. So I could do good things for me, or couldn't do, you know. But I came back from that, and I retired again, and then I trialled for the Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast, and then just stuff happens.
Yeah, as in life. So, mate, if we can, let's go back to the start. I'll get your story out there, and you know, really find where the passion for boxing. I mean, 217 amateur fights, that's huge, mate. That's massive. How did it all evolve? When did you first walk into a ring?
I first started boxing at the age of 10.
Yeah.
You know, I used to play footy for Wenny Magpies down in Sydney there, and, you know, I was just too small. I was just used as a speed up, really, and Dad said, that's it, you need confidence, right? You got three things, taekwondo, karate, or boxing. And I said, let's do boxing.
Do you want to take up karate? Karate kid was huge at the time.
It was, but no, I was very rocky, you know.
Yeah.
But walked into Parramatta PCYC and it all happened from there. You know, my first coach looked at me. It was a bit different because I was in front of the mirror for 3 months.
Yeah, right.
Without to hit a bag.
Yeah, right.
So it was pretty bloody boring.
Yeah.
You know, he did a lot of more footwork.
Yeah.
Up and down the ring. It's how you throw a jab, and he said they're the 3 most important punches that you need to learn, and that was your jab, your 1-2, and your 1-2-3.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't know, but I lost my first 10 fights as well.
Yeah, right.
Straight in a row. But my coach then said that you make Commonwealth Games in 2002 when I was 10 years.
Yeah, right.
And I said, oh, okay.
After losing 10 fights?
Yeah.
Thank you. So, first 10 fights, gone. So that was when you're 10 years old. You basically get thrown in there, getting beat every week.
Yeah, and back then boxing was big. Like, you had tournaments nearly every second week, like at PCYC.
Yeah.
PCYC clubs down in New South Wales were huge.
Yeah.
Like, on the coast, I think there's only one.
Yeah, that's right.
So we used to have fights all the time. You'd fight, I'd cry. That's it, Dad. I'm not fighting no more. Don't But then on Monday afternoon, I was back in the
gym.
Yeah. And I just loved it. I don't know what it was or anything like that. I just loved going there. I still speak to my first coach. You know, we need to have a catch up and talk. And I got everyone back.
Yeah.
But one fellow, and that's Cliffy Rose, and he's in Dubbo. I don't know who he is. I don't know what opponent was.
You're in the hunt, bro. There's still one more fight in there, eh? How's that? You remembered every 10 and you chased them down and you got them back.
Got them all back later on. But my coach always said that. He goes, I remember, he always said to me when I was little, he said, none of these fights really matter until you're a senior.
Yeah.
Senior is where it's going to matter.
Yeah,
when you're representing Australia, when you're doing this, when you're doing that. And I went, oh, okay.
Well, how many times do you see, and this is through rugby league as well, juniors making rep sides, making all that, by the time they get 15, 16, they're not in rep side, they're not even playing, and everyone who sticks to the grind or sticks at it and goes, myself especially, I didn't do anything until I started training seriously when I was 18, 19, and that's when your career takes off. So, but it sounds like your coach, great coach, fundamentals, straight up.
He's seen something in me that, you know, like, when you're at 10, you don't really know what these Commonwealth Games are, really. I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really know how big the Olympics were until you sort of start training for it.
Yeah.
And you start
looking into it, and you go, oh, shit, this guy could be an Olympian.
Yeah. So.
Mate, that's huge. So, that was, like you said, down there, PCYC, down south. So you grew up down there,
Yeah, grew up just outside of Parramatta. I went between Parramatta and Blacktown. You know, I wouldn't say it was that rough. It was fun.
Yeah, I suppose when you're that age, you're oblivious to everything else.
No, we didn't have any of that. Like I lived with my brothers and sisters, and had my cousins living out in the granny flat out the back. So we were always pretty busy. We all loved our sport.
Yeah.
You know, whatever sport was on TV, we played that in the street. Yeah. So if it was rugby league, we played out beside the house. When the tennis season kicked off, we were out on the road, hitting tennis, and car coming and off the road. And back on the road.
Game on. Yeah. Mate, that's where everyone's skills were honed back in the day, wasn't it? So, mate, I reckon branching on that, Springfield is going to be where we're going to get the next superstars from Queensland. Because I'm doing building out there, and you look at every backyard, and every backyard's a square footy field or something like that, and there's just 1,000 of them, and mate, that's all kids are going to have to do out there.
Mate, and kids need to get out there and have that.
Yeah.
You know, we were lucky that back then, you know, there wasn't phones or anything like that.
No, that's right. And a neighbourhood full of kids, which is even better.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, and we had
a community.
Yeah, park down the road, you know, close mates, like your footy mates. So, like on a Tuesday, you had, so on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday was boxing, Tuesday, Thursday was footy training. You know, and then Saturday you sleep at your mate's house.
Yeah, that's right. Mr. Bean was on, followed by Friday night footy.
Yeah.
So, your first actual title fight, when did that happen? In the amateurs and juniors, was that like 14s, 15s? When you started
probably 13. Probably 13, I went to I won my first state title.
Yep.
Then I went to the Australian titles, which would have been about, I don't know if it was 93 around then, maybe. Yep. Oh no, I think I started in 93, probably 96, 97, and my record going to the Australian title, my first Australian title was 3 wins, 14 losses.
Yeah, right.
And Arthur Tunstall didn't want to take me.
Yeah, right.
So Arthur Tunstall, pretty known in the boxing game, and he said to my coach, I'm not taking him. He's had 3 wins, 14 losses. He's not going to do anything. And my coach said to him, he said he'll win the Australian title.
Yeah. Lo and behold.
Went down there, we won.
Come back with it.
Yeah. That's the very first one. So yeah.
Yeah, that sort of turning point for you there.
Turning point, 35 kilos.
Yeah.
So, and then the wins started to add up from there.
Yeah, right. So what happened from there? Like, I know you were at some stage got a scholarship with the Australian Institute of Sport, was it?
Yeah.
Was that later on? Or
that was later on, yeah. So later on.
So keep going through your junior career from there. Australia,
just kept that wherever we had to go. You had fights. We used to jump in the bus and travel up to Newcastle, travel out west, out to Dubbo. All these mad trips. Like with your coach and with your team, it was fun.
Yeah.
You don't really get that too much now.
No.
Like as a big boxing group, we had some of the good fighters back in the day. But, just kicked off. You had to win your state title and then a couple of Australian titles. I think my first, probably senior title as a senior was, representing Australia was a 99 Tahiti. I was over in Tahiti, Oceania Games. Yeah. Or Oceania Championship.
That was my
first one. Yeah. When I put on the green and gold. And I lost that one to Ramesh, who we're close mates, and we've been in a couple of teams together. I got food poisoning over there and woke up. I was pretty crook and went in there and fought, and not much to do. I ended up losing, and but walked away with a silver medal then, and so it all kicked off from there. And then that's sort of when the series started to come in for a year out from Sydney Olympics.
Yeah, right. Turning screws and you start thinking, now's the opportunity, now's the chance. So time in the ring, basically, since you were 10 to basically when this point where you started to turn the screws and aim for the Olympics, you would have had, 100 fights under your belt? Nearly?
Would have, close, probably.
Which you don't see at all. Anyway, and within the boxing community, like you said, that it's such a long way between a promoter or someone putting on a fight now. There's none of the week in, week out. It's not like it's a competition like football. It's every weekend.
And Queensland do it pretty good. A lot of trouble happened down in Sydney, or New South Wales, where they end up taking, you have to be over 14 to fight.
Yeah,
so
right.
All the little ones out. So any of them, like when I was 10 to 14,
we get developed in another sport. And then they were addicted to that other sport because they were half good at it. And
took them all away, and I don't know what it was. I think it's just a bit worried about them.
Yeah. Mate, I can say right now, boxing, I'd rather my kid do boxing than rugby league.
100%. Back then, we had headgear.
Yeah.
If you got hurt.
Yeah.
But, or if an older guy got knocked out, or not knocked out, or got hit, whereas with Dick and Cuss, he got 28 days. He wasn't allowed to fight until another 28 days.
Well, we'd be same thing. Yeah. Knee in the head, I'd be KO'd 3 times a year, finding the $2 coin in the grass, going, where is it? I think I found it, boom, next week, no, you're all right, get out there, you're right.
Back at training, tackling.
Same thing with injuries, we would just go shoulders 2 weeks later, you feeling all right, go play. So, I see that now that I'm a bit more involved in boxing and boxing gyms and whatnot. I don't see as many young kids having that opportunity that you've spoken about, but I do see a lot of kids getting pulled out or worried about the contact and, like you said, the actual physicality of it because everyone thinks you're in a fight. But to play rugby league or something like that and boxing, I'd rather throw my kid into boxing. But from that 10 to 15 years.
Especially amateur. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it.
So you start getting that power, that knockout power. I think, and it's great for the kids' confidence as well to walk around.
And that was one of the reasons why I went there. We just got the confidence to get back on the football field and not be a speed up.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it too much.
Yeah. Addicted. So, mate, we're turning the screws. We're heading into the Olympic trials. What's going on here? What's going through your mind? Where you're training at? What's happening? And how did you actually make the team? Because a lot of people don't know. Listeners out there.
It was a bit weird. It all came pretty quick. We had the 99 Oceanas. I got beat by Ramesh Fernando.
Yep.
And he was the 48 kilo. I was 48 kilos back then. He was the 48 kilo champion. He was in the A team. So how it all happens is you have to win your state title, which I did. Then we went to the Australian title. So on the Gold Coast training for fighting for the Australian spot. I won the Australian title and then it's Oceania. So you had to win gold at the Oceania. So basically you had to win every fight. From state title on.
Yeah. Is it still the same process today, do you know? Or is it different sort of qualifying?
I think I do it with rankings now.
Okay.
I think it's, but that last one you really need to win.
Yeah.
But back then, if you lost, you go all the way back down to the end of the ladder and you work your way back up.
Oh.
So you had to be on your game. But if you got beat by, so if I was at the Aussie titles and you got beat by me and I won gold and you got beat by me, you could challenge the silver medalist for the B spot.
For the B spot, okay.
Yeah, so I'd be A spot.
Yeah.
And then what happens, we'll take an A side and a B side to the Oceanias.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there. Whoever won that Oceania goes to the Olympics.
So how many spots was in the Olympic team? For your weight division?
No, only one spot.
So there's one spot.
Yeah,
so everyone in that weight division was fighting.
The Oceania,
And you nailed it twice.
I know it twice, yeah. But what it was, we had 12 spots, I think it was, for Sydney.
Yep.
So if another country won, they would go at that spot.
Okay, yeah.
Australia wouldn't take anyone.
Yep.
So I think when we went to Sydney, we didn't take a 91 as a Samoan.
Okay.
Yeah. But the rest was all Aussies.
Yeah.
Same with Athens. I think the Athens, Australia had all the spots, and a Kiwi had the 81 spots. Yeah. So
hats off to Australia boxing.
Yeah, pretty on, but the whole thing's changed now. It's you know,
more of a system.
Yeah, a system. It's sort of like it's seeded as well.
Yeah,
we never had that. You just get luck of the draw, whatever. And I always just get the shitty straws ever. You know, I'll be fighting every day. I knew I'd fight every day. Yeah, it's just how it happened. You just have to go in there and fight. You know, and when we're at Canberra fighting and you watch, I can't remember who I fought the first one. I think I fought someone from Vanuatu, and then Ramesh got beat in the semi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got beat by the PNG, and then I fought the PNG.
And dusted him.
And beat him pretty convincingly. But Sydney Olympics to me wasn't the best Olympics for me. You know, I got disqualified for not making weight.
Oh.
And, you know, that was my hometown. I was 20 minutes away from
the
village. So I seen them stadiums getting built every day going to train. I used to train out Bankstown and, you know, training on the way back. Going to train, you see the stadium going, oh, yeah, I'm going to be there soon. Or,
So what happened there?
I had a growth spurt.
Yeah.
You know, totally different training. When you're in a training camp, we were training for 4 months overseas. You know, just put muscle on.
In the wrong areas,
and I just couldn't do it. You know, and weighed in on that day at 48.3 kilos and, you know, got disqualified.
What'd you have to be under 48?
Yeah, so Sydney.
300 grams.
Yeah, Sydney to me, not the best games.
Yeah. The light of fire? Or you pissed off or what?
It made me, you know, depression that I didn't know that I had for a while after it.
Yeah.
I hate Sydney now.
Yeah, just drink that.
Don't like going there. No. The best thing that it did for me was made me a better man.
Yeah.
If that didn't happen, it had to work out like that because it changed the way how I ended up fighting or how I went into a fight.
Yeah.
I had to prove to a lot of people how I deserve to be at the number one.
Yes.
So I changed a lot of things.
So, because a lot of people would have seen that as a wasted opportunity, you know.
Oh, yeah, they'll bag it.
Yeah. You're kidding yourself, mate. 300 grams, fucking...
Yeah, you could have also, and, you know, hitting the streets, people going, oh, you're the kid that didn't make weight. Yeah, man, that's me. You know, so I just had a lot of things to prove. I didn't speak to a national coach until I made Athens Olympics.
Yeah, right.
We did not talk to each other.
Yeah.
And I made an Aussie side. We went to Commonwealth Games together.
Yeah.
He did not coach me. So we hated each other.
So there's still a bit of filth under there.
No, we
yeah.
When I made Athens.
Yeah.
Was when I made the weigh-in at Athens Olympics. We both sat down and we spoke and said, all right, shits aside,
let's go.
And that was the best thing that I wanted.
Yep.
Was all right. Yeah, I'm part of the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, not part. I've always felt part of the team.
Yeah.
I had his respect. You know, tough German coach.
Yeah.
Didn't take no bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, I was an embarrassment to him.
Yeah.
Because of what happened. Yeah. So.
A tough thing to carry around on your shoulders as well. How old were you then?
I was 18 at
So you're still fucking young, dumb, full of cum, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you don't realise how big the Olympics is until you're there.
Yeah.
Like, you walk in there, and you can see, like, all this new state here, the Olympics is probably the same size as the thing you're here now.
Yeah.
So it's huge.
Yeah.
Buses running through it.
Yeah. We had the Commonwealth Games on the Gold Coast, and that would have been, quarter of what it's like.
Buses running through it, you got 2 dining halls the size of 2 football fields.
Yeah.
And you're rubbing shoulders with the best athletes. Like, it's crazy. I mean, I still remember this opening ceremony, and you got 110,000 crazy Aussies just yelling. It was scary, it was exciting at the same time, just screaming, yeah, and just going, whoa, and like, you're just walking, and you're just looking, and you got that buzz where,
is this real? Is
this real? And you got to come home. You come back to the village, and you can't sleep that night.
No.
Yeah, just
it's on.
And back then it was old school, like, so you hit the streets, people come up, autographs. There's a camera, you had to wait 24 hours for it to be developed.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like selfies here and there.
Yeah, no, let me get another one. No, that one didn't work.
Autograph books.
Yeah, right.
Cool. Yeah, it was like, sign me a little book. Yeah, mate.
Yeah. Completely different world now. It's like, do me a shout out.
Yeah.
Do me a fucking, that's a digital signature.
But we had a great side back then.
Yeah.
It was, we had Danny Green, Paul Miller, Justin Kane, Danny Gill. Out of that group, there's probably, Danny Gill's a world champion, Danny Green.
Yeah.
Nick Katsidis, another one.
Yeah.
And it was tough.
Yeah.
I was young. I remember Danny Green pulling me aside. There was a bit of divide in our team when we were over in our last competition sparring in Umea. And half the team didn't want to have sparring because they didn't want to get injured, and half the other team said, no, this is our training.
I need to do it. Yeah.
And I was sitting in the middle going, fuck, I don't know what to do. And I remember Danny Green pulling me aside, you will spar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I ended up sparring. I remember knocking down a German in the sparring. Holy shit.
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah.
I'm ready, but shit happens, and I didn't make weight. It affected me for a while, but what it did, it made me mentally strong.
Yeah, right.
Really mentally strong.
So when do you think that turning point happened? And was it a pinpoint, or did you just go back to work and start getting back on the grind?
I had some time off.
Yeah.
I think it was the Commonwealth 2002 Commonwealth Games. I went upper weight division, the 51, the flyweight division.
Did that help, you think?
All I wanted to do was make the side.
Yeah, okay.
I wasn't worried about medals or anything like that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make the side to prove to people
I'm an Olympian.
that I'm back, and this is at Commonwealth, so say I'm back, and watch out from 2004, because I'm going to come back to this Olympic Games. So I went to the Commonwealth Games, I got beat by Sri Lanka over there, but my main goal was just to make the side.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
To say that I still belong here.
Yeah. I'm not going anywhere.
No.
I'm not disappearing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much he's taking.
Yeah. But 2004 was totally different.
Yeah.
Totally different, like how I was mentally.
Yeah.
Who I had to fight. I had the toughest draws. I had to fight 2 other Olympians.
Yeah.
The old Olympian, Olympic teammate from Sydney, Wiltshire. He was in the division as well.
Yeah.
But I smoked everyone.
Yeah.
We used to have a mercy rule, so if you were beating someone by 15 points or more, they'd stop the fight.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, I skipped the selections for the 2004 Athens was Australian titles were there. I had the tough draw again. I had to fight a guy from Iran moved over here, and he was Olympian. I had to fight him first. I beat him by 10. Then I beat Il by, I think it was 10 as well, but then I went to the Oceanas.
Yeah.
It was a shittiest draw again. I had 5 fights. I'm like, here we go, it's all good. When I'm not sort of in a competition, my first fight's always pretty sluggish.
Okay.
Like, I just...
building into it.
Yeah, I scraped through it, and I it was a pretty bad performance.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it was. I was on fire over there. Ended up beating the Vanuatu. I stopped him in round 2.
Yeah.
Next fight, I fought Fiji. I beat him 24-4.
Yeah.
Next one I beat again by that much, and then I beat Earl 20-11 in the final.
Hectic.
So I just
hit that flow zone.
Yeah, just.
So what was the difference you reckon in your training regime? Like you're saying you missed weight in the first one, and then you started turning it up a notch in the Commonwealth Games to say, hey, I'm here, and then get to those Australians and make the side. What were you doing different?
There was little things that people don't see behind the things. So like. Every morning I'd wake up and train. Always do something in the morning. Like I train twice a day. But in the end, I changed it to qualify to be in that position again. I was waking up at midnight and going for a run.
Yeah, right.
I said, right, when they're sleeping, I'm going to train. And I'm just going to do it because I need to.
Yeah. As much as you get a little bit of extra cardio, or this thing switching on, going, I'm doing this.
Yes, I moved from Sydney up to here.
Yeah.
To be a good mate up here, Justin Kane, who ended up winning gold at the Commonwealths.
Yep.
More fights up here. I just changed everything. I moved away from home. I hated, like I said, I hated Sydney.
Yep.
To tell you the truth, I think I've only been down to Sydney in the last 20 years probably 3 times.
Yeah, right.
I just don't like it.
Not for you.
It's just brings back bad memories. Or, you know, I was there not long ago, I think 2 years ago, and for an Olympic program or something was on an event, and where it was where the village was built.
Yeah.
Oh, where the village is. And I was like walking around going, oh shit, this used to be the, it was where Wills was, this used to be the far end of the village.
Yeah.
And just little things like it took me a while to call myself a dual Olympian.
Yeah.
I never called myself an Olympian until I made Athens.
Yeah.
Good morning, but then when I went to Athens, it was totally different. So I trained for all that, like I said, the training, I had to wake up. I wanted to do more.
Yeah.
So I had to eat better.
Yeah.
Hang around with positive people.
Yeah.
Not out partying. I mean, like I said, I missed my 18th, I missed my 21st.
Yeah.
And my mates knew.
Yeah.
My mates knew, alright,
he's on the path, so they got on board rather than going, fuck it, let's go do this.
And they're all my Sydney mates down there too. Like, they knew what I went through. And, you know, when you don't see your mate, like, I could go down to Sydney now and see them mates, and everything's fine. It's like how we left off.
Yeah, that's right, I found that when you do make that positive change, especially myself being an athlete and losing control and fucking blowing out, 135 kilos. And when I was coming back onto it, as soon as I told your mates and all that, so this is the part, or as soon as I started doing it, your real mates and everyone around you who noticed what you're doing, they were on board.
Yeah.
And they'd actually help you.
Yeah.
I'd go to the pub, have a pub, sit there with the boys, and they'd make sure that there was no beers within that half of the table.
Yeah.
There was no temptation, there was a soda water in front of me or something like that. And like you said, hanging around positive people and that, mate, I've got no time for negative people anymore. Yeah. And how much does it change your energy and change your focus?
And you've got to put yourself around them people.
Yeah.
Like what you just said then with mates. I remember when I was trying to lose weight for Sydney, I left the village. I stepped out of the village, went home and said, I need help, I need to lose some weight. And I had about 10 of my mates hit the streets with me. We went running.
Yeah.
I went about 10k.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even get a sweat up. So like it was.
Yeah. You were ripped up.
Yeah.
7% body fat. Yeah. What more could you lose? Sort of thing. Like if you did, you would have had to do it systematically over a 4-week period.
Yeah, it was gone. And I remember sitting in the sauna or sitting in there with James Swan, another boxer of ours, and he took me up to coach and said, no, you do it.
Yeah.
And he knew.
So that's a massive issue I find with boxing as well. I don't understand it. Jockeys are exactly the same, cutting weight. Did you have to cut much weight to fight, or did you always try and bring down a couple of kilos to get into that
I sort of after the Sydney Olympics. Like, as an amateur, we had a rule when we were in the Australian team that you couldn't be above the next weight division.
Yeah.
So we always had to weigh in all the time. So I couldn't go over 54 kilos.
Yeah.
So I only had 3 kilos.
Yeah.
But before, I had to lose like 6 or 7 to get down to 48.
Yeah.
So, you know.
No. Very detrimental to you.
They probably put that rule in because of me.
Yeah. With a Brad Hore, we're not having this again.
Yeah. So, not having another embarrassment. So
hectic. So there you go.
That's how that happened. But,
for any amateur boxers out there, if you ever get a situation like that, this is why.
But I'm sorry I brought that rule.
Yeah.
You know, and
but mate, for good reason.
Oh yeah.
Cut weight's terrible. I don't understand it, especially so for jockeys, mate. I see my mates doing it every week. They walk around 62. They ride at 56.
Yeah.
Every weekend. They're cutting their mate, you're rinsing your kidneys, you're rinsing your liver. It's not good for you. At least say if you're fighting. Well, I suppose you guys were fighting a lot at that time. Well, it wasn't like it once a month.
No, we'll fight quite a bit. And plus we had to train we'll overseas for like 3 or 4 months.
So say when you were going for those, you had 5 fights within 5 days, basically, to win.
Yeah, so every time we had to fight, we had to weigh in.
Yeah,
so it's not like a professional where you fight weighing once, put on weight. It's you have to control. So after you fight, you'd be skipping or running
to stay down.
Yeah.
And you only have a certain percentage of hydration that you have to be able to put back in your body. You wouldn't be able to
and usually in the Olympics or something like that, you have a fight, rest day, fight.
Fuck. Yeah, that's still nuts. And so, especially if you're walking around naturally 3 kilos heavier or even 2 kilos heavier, to deplete yourself and stay, but basically dehydrated.
Well, when you're in the village, dehydrated. When you're in the village, you just have to, when you go into the village and you have a look at the dining hall, it's huge. Yeah. There's knackers in there.
Yeah. I heard that. I heard there's like a lineup of athletes getting knackers.
You can just go up and you say you have number 1, that could be a Big Mac meal, number 2, you get whatever you want. And there's fridges full of Coke, you just open it, you get it. Magnums, there's ice creams.
What, free? Everything free, all put on?
Yeah, it's just like going into a shop and you just get whatever you want. And
did it?
It's huge. So
someone said that as well, just touching base on that, that, 50% of the athletes there know they're not going to win at the Olympics. So they're also there. Great, they've qualified as the best in their country and whatnot, but they know the next level of tier going for the medals is a bit different. So they sort of relax a little bit and enjoy where you were you didn't get to eat those 3 number 1s, number 2s, number 7s, and a magnum.
Not till we're finished or we get beat.
Yeah. So, like I said, because I was speaking about hydration and cutting weight and that and whatnot, because the number one thing we learn through rugby league and everything like that is, if you're 1%, 5% dehydrated, it's a 30% effort loss. But I guess it evens the playing field because everyone else was basically on the same boat, weren't they? Yeah. So it wasn't like just shit thing to bring in, but it's sort of like a Lance Armstrong sort of thing. Yeah. He was saying, well, everyone else was doing it, so I'm doing it. So I suppose if you're depleted, 80% of your competitors are also depleted. So you're on that sort of level.
All the same, yeah.
But I don't understand why. I don't know how they're going to work that out in fighting as well. Because you see big guys, they can cut 15 kilos. And get down, and then by the time they're in the ring, they're fucking huge again. So.
And that's the thing, I don't know, I don't try, as a professional, I don't put on too much because I feel bloated. Yes. And that's just how I'll always be.
Muscle. For someone in your team, speed and power. A little bit of muscle probably slow you down.
Yeah, well, and sometimes I just wish I was a heavyweight.
Yeah, right.
Some days.
Get in there and bang. There's no 8, 12 rounders. We're just
I get to eat and do whatever, but that's part of the sport. You have to do what's part of the sport. I wouldn't change anything. No, there's no way to change anything. Like I said, but when I go back to Athens, when I went into Athens, it was totally different than going into Sydney. Yeah. Sydney, you sort of got, I wouldn't say spooked out, but like that thing where you just, whoa, what's going on? But when I went into Athens, it was different. I knew I was there. I knew about the diamond halls. They didn't bother me. Yeah. I knew about the pools up the road, whatever.
Yeah. Had it sorted. Had to think the way in there. So, ducks in the line. Knew what was going on.
You saw it in there. You just went, yep, this is it. Let's go now. Let's roll. Right, home weights, everything. But I had media still ring me and go, hey, Brad, are you going to make weight this time?
Fuck off.
Yeah, I had media ring me after.
Go to the media. I think I'm part of that now. Fuck it.
Well, after I made weight, I was on the phone. They said, did you weigh in, Brad? Did you make weight? And I said, I weighed 50.7. That's all right. I was friggin' 51 kilos when I went to bed, so I was on weight. So, I wasn't going to make the same mistake twice. Yeah,
fuck it. So, Athens, talk me through. Where'd you get to? How'd you get it?
Second prelim. I fought Ron Seiler from the US, who was a bronze medalist, a world champ. Bronze. So third. Mate, good fight. Probably one of my best fights. Even though I lost, I still class it as one of my best fights. Only because of the amount of pressure I had on me, the build-up, to call myself Olympian, to come back from 4 years ago, the build-up, so all that past behind me, it just was the biggest relief ever. Like just going, yes, I'm done. Happy. And it was totally different. I went out to the opening ceremony. It was different. Just the whole vibe was different. I just really enjoyed that whole experience there in Athens, and even though I lost that fight, and I still passed as just one of my best fights. So I really enjoyed it, and.
So what, was that on points?
I remember watching it. I remember blowing out. It blew out a little bit towards the end, but the scoring back then was, unbelievable.
Hectic.
Really weird. Some days you get these big scores, and the next day.
Because it's basically what the judge got, and every hit was a point.
Yeah.
Was it? And then, so it's basically
hit more,
and don't get hit.
Yeah, and how it's like a little Game Boy. So you got 5 judges, you got red and a blue button. If one judge seen a clean shot, he would open it up for the other 4, and the other 4 had to press within a second to get the point. Yeah. So it's really weird, but one of my best fights, and the best thing about it was the coach then, the one I said about Sydney. Yeah. He sat down and he goes, Brad, do you want to do a video analysis? He goes, and I said, yeah, if you want. And he came up to me and goes, no, we don't have to. He goes, I was fucking very happy with your fight. Yeah, right. And that was great. That's it. Yeah, and that's when all that shit that happened from Sydney went under the water. And, you know, we become good mates. And I would say, like, really good mates. But when I say
I understand that you are an athlete, you deserve to be here. That effort was solid. You earned his respect through actions, not through, Man, wow. So, Athens done. How old were you at this stage? 20?
I would have been about 25 then. Probably. So, I was 18, 22 at Commons.
24?
Yeah, probably 24, yeah.
So, where did your career turn from here? Where did you go? When did you turn pro?
I turned pro in 2012, I think. Yeah.
Was that whole decision because of how the Commonwealth Games and all that was set? That you had to be an amateur to be able to qualify the Olympics and whatnot?
Yeah, you had to be an amateur for the Olympics and comps.
Yeah. As soon as you turn pro, you basically pulled yourself out of that.
Yeah, but now the rules have changed.
Which I think is great because it holds so many people back from doing both things.
A lot of professional boxers that were world champs went back to amateur and they got beat. Yeah. Because it's completely different. They build up real slow. Yeah. In the pros where it's points and in and out. Fast.
Yeah. Well, what's amateurs? Three threes.
But it's quick.
Yeah, that's right. Like you said, it's and everyone. It's not like an amateur round here where you go watch your guy for his first or second fight where he's got 30 seconds in it and then it's done. These guys are top line athletes who can go the 3 minutes at 100%, have a quick 60 seconds, go there and go again at 100% for 3 minutes and throw around.
It's on you way beyond.
Yeah.
And now them 3 rounds you only need to win 2.
Yeah. Mate, yes. When was the change and why was the change? Did you just feel it was time?
I never really wanted to turn professional.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who talked you into it?
I don't know. Well, I think we just come up with a 5-year plan then, I think, and, it was to win a couple of belts and just get out there and, had my first fight at the Sands. And
so that was your first one?
Yeah.
Because I remember talking about it, we were just talking off air. And that's what memorised me about you was your footwork. And I remember you just, planting or creeping your front foot forward, creeping your foot until you're on old mate's toes. And you give a feint and he tried to pull away and he wasn't going anywhere. Next minute he just went, bang, ding, like 3. Typically, that's the first actual professional fight that I went to. Was yours at the Sands.
That was a good night. And,
great.
After that I tried to go for an Australian title, second fight, and...
Was Fox was there at the Sands, was it? It was on...
Oh, no.
Because, once again, no social media, no YouTube, no phones like that. I'm pretty sure, we had the cameras and all like that.
Yeah, and then I went the Australian title, but the Australian title I went for the second fight. I fought someone who was pretty experienced in the professional ranks. His record wasn't the best, but he'd been around for a while. Yeah. And I tried to do it fast and do it quick, but mentally I wasn't. I knew when I was in the dressing room warming up that I knew something was off. Yeah. Okay. Went out there and I got hit on top of the head and I just wasn't with it. Yeah. And then I fought then I had another fight 3 weeks after. I had to fight for a state title and I went up to Townsville. I won that. Yeah. Won a couple of little things around like the WBU. I won that out at Ipswich Way, which was good. That was a good 10-rounder. And then Rexo come.
Yes.
He said, righto, and then we just said, righto, we'll take you on.
Yeah, so that's the WBC title, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Asian regional one. Yeah. And we just said, we'll come over to yours.
And that's where the absolute...
Yeah, and, that's them highlights still with me. I don't really watch all the fights. I watch some of the highlights. And another big one where you just learn from your mistakes. And, he got me with a shot and just...
It was like a return, so wasn't it?
Yeah, that was even all the way through.
100%.
And it's different because I didn't know they called out the scoring halfway through the fight.
Oh, is that what
yeah, they do round 4, they do round 8, and then
so you know where you're at, you know if you got to chase, you know if you,
So it's a bit different, and we're all like, it's even, this is good.
Yeah. Because that would change your style. If you knew you were 5 rounds down, you're going, I'll go 2 rounds as hard as I can, see if I knock him out, or, mate, there's no point getting beat up anymore.
No. And then I was his like, and he got me, and went from there, and that's all.
Yeah, fucking over, mate, to be there, to be in that, like you said, and where was that? That was in Hong Kong.
That was in Hong Kong, so that was like...
Now, Hong Kong is a different kettle of fish.
Yeah, that was good, like walking out in the crowd. And
how many filled? It was full, wasn't it?
It was full. I was for this one, I think it was over 5,000 in there.
Yeah.
But
atmosphere.
The atmosphere, and like if I did something bad, like in the ring or not bad, that they didn't like, they would just boo you.
Yeah, you heard it. Yeah. There's no way you could block it out. You
sort of break up, and then they. Like the best thing about it, when they send a clean shot, they cut
as well.
But if I was holding him too long, it was pretty cool. It's cool, but you know.
Crowd right into it, and right on your doorstep as well. Like, they're set up over there.
They were right.
Yeah.
And
throwing popcorn at you.
Yeah, they were. So,
mate, what an experience! What a way. So then, put it on the shelf for 2,000 days. Before we jump into what you did, tell us the difference that you found between your training for amateur and your training for professional. Now, obviously, we were speaking about amateurs 3 threes. Professional bouts, you're going on 8, 12 rounds, 8 rounders, 12 rounders, 3 minutes and that. Now, does your whole game plan change throughout that? What was your different mentality coming in?
Yeah, because when I was even amateur, we were doing 4-2, so totally different again. So, like, it was fast, in and out, quick.
Yeah.
The trainer on your toes all the time.
Yeah. Don't switch off. You haven't got a second to switch off. You don't get a breath.
No, you didn't do too many long runs.
Yeah.
The long runs were
sports specific sort of stuff. Explosive. Hit sort of training. Yeah. High intensity, high heart rate.
When I went into the pros, was slow. You got to build into it.
Yeah.
You got to turn more with your shots.
Yeah. You see Carlo do that so much in his fight. First round or 2, he's just nothing.
Yeah. Just feeling them out, and it takes a while. You can blow yourself out when you have your first fight.
So did you start doing more longer runs and that?
It was a bit different.
Was it more heart rate based?
I remember every Thursday I had to do a slow 15k run.
Yeah.
Slow.
No, pull it back.
And I was like, here's my time. He goes, no, you're going too fast. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. I find that running now, and I've only recently got running once again, but as soon as you get over that heart rate zone into the next one, in the zone 3, or and you're burning those extra calories, you blow up. Yeah. And you blow out by the time you get 15. But if you sit in that zone where you... It's so hard to pull you back, especially when you're an explosive athlete.
Yeah.
And you want to go, and you think, let's go!
And you're a little older too, you just want to get out there and do it. But like
that training, that middle range, if you can get that down pat, actually benefits you 1,000 times.
From being an amateur to a professional is totally different. People might not think it, but it'll take an amateur to be that professional boxer. It'll probably take him a good 7 to 10 fights. I know what we've got to do.
I understand the structure. I understand my game plan. It's more game plan orientated, isn't it? It's not, I've got the skills, I can see what's coming, I can slip bang, I understand that. It's like, I'm doing this for a reason, to set him up for in round 4, I'm doing that. In round 5, I want this to happen. And
and alright, this is where I'm going to start to go now, is from
turning it up, and you can see him break, and you see their eyes go, oh fuck, he's still got more left in him here. So,
totally. It shocked me a little bit.
Yeah. But found out a little bit more about fitness.
Fitness again, and the longer runs, because I never ran 15k as an amateur. It was always 5k. Yeah. You do it fast. You do it as fast as you can.
Yeah, get home.
Yeah. And like when we were down the institute, we were doing 2,000 metre sprints.
Yeah.
Like crazy shit. Like a 400 metre track, every lap had to be under a minute 30.
Yeah.
And then our break was the 7 minutes.
Yeah.
If I tried to do that now, no way.
No. All our rugby league training back then, was 400s. Yeah. Well, that was probably the max. And they were all under a minute 20s, and then you get 30 seconds recovery. Yeah. Go again. But it was all that break on.
Just getting that over.
We can continue that. And when you're running distance as well, you fucking have a lot of time to think. And then when you would have been running, it would have been fucking Walkmans. If you wanted to take
I had me
Discman or
Discman in my pocket.
the no jump, the no skip one.
Yeah.
Or we used to take them down the skate park, put them on the no skip until you come off and it shattered everywhere.
No, it was nice to make sure you had your batteries loaded up.
Yeah. Halfway through, you pulls your hip out one side, so there's 10 kilos pulling your fucking hip down.
And the worst thing was running without music.
Yeah, that's right. You're just thinking.
Think too much.
Yeah.
And then you'd be thinking of the quickest shortcut to get home.
Yeah. Even though, like you said, you're not blowing, you're not doing it, you're not out of your comfort zone, you're just thinking and flowing and trying to keep it. Which actually, you know, for people out there who are listening, that'll actually increase your heart rate or your resting heart rate when you're up in that high range zone. It actually pushes everything up. The more training you do in that, 160, 150, 140 heartbeat zone, over a certain amount of time, you'll actually be able to put more effort in and go faster, but your heart rate is staying in that zone. So that's the reason behind doing that training there as well. All right, so jump into that, mate. 2,000 days off out of the ring. What did you do in between? What have you been doing? After
I have a little boy, so probably he's definitely one of the best things that ever happened. So he's 3 now, so he's getting in that age and where he's a bit more playful. He can start to understand sports. Funny little fella. He's changed everything for me. He's kept me a calmer person. And the best thing about this training camp, he has loved it.
Seeing Dad in there.
I'll wake up in the morning, and I'll do my training in the morning. He will wake up and he'll sit in the garage with me and wait till I'm finished, or he'll bring his iPad in there and just wait. And I'll watch. Daddy train, yep. And then I'll take him out to the gym. He loves going to the gym.
Yeah.
So.
Mate, for me, I was lucky enough to have a really young father as well, and up and down the sidelines, rugby league, sandball, football. And there's some of your best memories. So to be able to do that for your boy.
Mate, he loved it. And he got the shits with me last week because he was asleep.
Yeah,
and I had to train him. Yeah. And he woke up and he goes to, my partner Andrew, and he goes, Mum, where's Dad? And she goes, he's at Bush training. Mum, and he asked us 3 times. Anyway, walked around the whole house. Where's Dad? And then he had the face on me before I went to train. I said, sorry, mate. And you should have seen the look he gave me.
Filthy.
In the coach,
Filthy.
And so I had to say, look, I'll bring you home a Kinder surprise.
Yeah, butter him up, mate.
First thing, as soon as I got in the dry, where's my egg?
Where is it? Mate, I remember, it's the same thing. Because Dad went on a run, playing rugby league. You said I could come on a run. I'd actually chase him down the street. And he turned around, he was up top of the hill. He's like, what are you doing? You can't run. Take me back.
But it's been
mate, it's a motivator. And how good is it?
It's been the best camp. And one thing is, being out of the Rekindling Boxing Club is just, family. He gets to run around in there and he gets to see his dad training.
So who's coaching you out there?
Stephen Pitt. And we've been good mates. We've been on a couple of Queensland teams together. And I said to him, look, I want to take this fight on. I'd love to have you, if you want to, I'd just do me one thing. If I look slow, or if I look like I'm getting hit too hard, you pull the pin. You have, and I'll respect your decision. I'm still here.
All right, so you got Magic Man.
Yep.
Mark Schultz.
Sleeves.
How?
This is a good one. Yeah, I watched him fight Brock Jarvis, and totally different weights. Like Brock's a beast, and young Mark, the Magic Man, he was, he's bantamweight, and he went up a couple of divisions to fight Brock. Anyway, I was sitting there watching, and I'm just, I couldn't give him a good run. Anyway, I seen he had a fight in March, and seen the posters getting out and everything, and I went, anyway, March was coming up pretty quick, and I went, I'll send a message to his coach. In the back of my head, I'm already planning stuff. And I've already planted seeds with the coach. Anyway, he goes, I said, when did he fight in March? He goes, I'll make all out. You're kidding, are you? And I remember the first one I wrote to him, I said, mate, I wish I was still around, And anyway, he goes, it would have been a good fight. And I said, you give me 12 weeks and I'll fight him. And then that was on the Saturday, that was after a few drinks. And then on the Tuesday,
contract signed.
Signed, and I haven't had a drink since then. And
How's training going?
Oh, it's going great.
Yeah.
Like, this is probably the most disciplined I've been.
Yep. You're at that age where you understand everything as well.
And you've got the knowledge. Yeah. I have to do a lot more recovery than the younger ones, like Opie and Dana that you would have met yesterday.
Yeah.
Their recovery, for me, is totally different. No one sees what we do behind the scenes. Yeah. So, like today before I come here, I woke up, I went in the ocean. Yeah. I hate the fucking ocean.
I live on the Sunshine Coast, but I hate the fucking ocean.
It's probably the first time I've been in the water for 5
You're
minutes.
You're like a front row, though. You can't swim.
Yeah. Went in there, sat in there, and, got a massage chair at home. Yeah. Got the sauna so I can stretch in there.
Yeah. Listening to the body. It's not just go, change.
And eating, like the whole weight's changed. Like I was 63 kilos before I started this camp. I'm, a kilo over now. Yeah. So I had to eat healthier. But I've done it in a better way than what I was as an amateur. I slowly bring it down. Sort of understand what food's going in. And basically for anyone out there listening, what fresh is best? What do you eat? I jumped on the U-Foods at the moment.
Okay. So you just all calorie, you understand how many calories are in, how many calories are going out.
And I'm getting the clean ones as well.
Yeah.
So I'm eating a lot of, chicken.
Yeah.
With the veggies in there.
Getting all your carbohydrates from like vegetables rather than pastas and rice and breads and stuff like that.
I'm eating the eggs on toast, on the weekend. Yeah. Love coffee. But, just looking up a lot. I would love a can of drink. It's not the alcohol, the soft drink and that, but I'm trying to get off that shit as well. So, whole body, I'm looking leaner. Probably, like I said, this is the best that I've felt. And probably the most discipline of waking up and doing it. Every 5:30 every morning, I'm in the garage training. Yeah. Where I tried to come back before, ages ago, so I'm going to do some training. I did training once and I'm going, fuck it. Yeah. But now, it's not because I've signed a contract or nothing like that.
It's fun.
You're looking forward to it.
You go to sleep going, what am I going to do tomorrow? I can't wait to get there. I'm there tomorrow and do me.
And this is probably and
I think that's a key factor, mate. That's a big sign of
and it's good. And probably another thing that's come out and was before going into a professional fight, I would be pretty strict. Yeah. But there'd be one weekend, probably a month out, where I'd go on a bender. Yeah. And I'd sit at the pub and I'd drink all day Saturday. Yeah, right. And maybe a Sunday and then go, fuck it. Right.
Because you're wound up.
I need to stop. And I had a breakdown not long ago. I had a breakdown on Friday with my partner. Yeah. We knew it was coming. It's a cycle that always happens. Yeah. And she knew. She knows.
See it coming.
Yeah, she knew it was coming. And I'm a prick of a man when it comes. And I apologise for that. And she seen it coming a mile away. She let Pity know. Yeah. She knew it was coming. Yeah. The best thing about it, I didn't go to the pub. Yeah. So,
good. How good's the end? For seeing it come, understand.
Oh, yeah, she sees a lot of things coming before I do. Yeah. She knows me more than I know myself. But,
people think boxing individual sport, it's far from.
I still speak to my sports psychologist. Yeah. And that's been years. Yeah. And, she said, how are you going with the first one? So I've done the first one. I'm good. Yeah. And I went through it. I went through it, but this one I knew it was coming. Yeah. And it was about that time where I hit the piss. Yeah. And, look, mate, I've got 20 days to go. Yeah. And, it's not going to change. And, not the nicest man to be around
when you're getting into that fight mentality. Because it's completely different switch.
No, I'll start. Yeah. It's tunnel vision.
Yeah, that's right. There's nothing else.
You don't care about anyone. No. And I don't care about it. It's a selfish sport. Yeah. I try to make it more about family this time. Yeah. Where before I didn't have family. Yeah. And this is why I'm loving it, is because I get to take my kid out. Yeah. To train him. Angie's there, she's been with me.
Yeah, I seen her at the gym the other day.
The other older one, my stepson Logan, he's coming out to the gym now. Yeah. He loves playing PlayStation. That's what he loves to do. But he's been saying, no, I'm coming to the gym today.
You still got that tunnel vision, but you're able to share the enjoyment that you're having, and everyone can bounce off your energy.
Yeah, totally. And I get to bounce off there and see him warms up with me. Yeah.
Nothing better.
You want to bounce off.
So mate, when's that fight? When's that on?
We got 20 days, June 5th, down at Melbourne, down the Melbourne Pavilion. Yep. Apparently it's one of the best venues in Australia. So, with Team Melissa, Jake Ellis, he's the promoter down there.
Yep. If people looking to get down and get into fights, how do they?
Yeah, mate, they've got, you can jump on Jake Ellis's page or let me know if you want to get some tickets or, you know, he's got his little ticket tape or whatever it is. It's on Epicenter as well if you want to buy the link to watch it as well.
What's that? Epicenter?
Epicenter.
Is that where it's going to be streamed?
Yeah, so I'll send that link out later.
Technology.
Never had that.
Yeah, we'll put all that in the bottom of the Spotify or YouTube or wherever.
But I'm excited. Like I've got an opportunity to do something for my dad who passed away 2 years ago, and I promised him an Australian title. I missed out the first time. You know, it's
put yourself in a position.
I put it, and you know, whatever happens, win, lose, or draw, or whatever it is, I know I put 110%.
Yeah, you won't come out going, oh, I wish I would have done that.
And just post another book. Who knows? I might retire.
For the 27th time?
Depends if Tony Farnham comes back.
Alright, mate. So that's the fight out of the way. I just want to touch on all the other stuff that you've been doing outside. In those 5 years, basically, that you had off. What did you get involved with? We spoke about it in the beginning. You know, you keep your hands to yourself. Yep. You're very much involved with the Indigenous community as well, and you know, pathways in sports, and especially in boxing for the Indigenous community.
I took up art when COVID hit. I did a lot of art, you know, which is, you know, shirts and fishing shirts. I do that to help with my mental health. You know, if I'm struggling a bit, I'll pick up a paintbrush, go buy a canvas, and I'll just start painting. You know, everyone laughed at me when I grabbed my first one. I said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to start painting." I said, "You never painted in your life." I said, "Yeah, that's right." Painting, I work on the board for the Australian Indigenous Advisory Committee for the Olympics, so we work with the Olympic Committee as well to give our athletes a better chance. Like there's 4,000 athletes, Australian athletes, and now that 4,000 we only have 52 Indigenous Olympians. There's not many of us, and we've got to try to break that barrier. I don't know what it is, like if it's
finding them, or if
they're not getting pushed enough, or they're getting in that cycle where it goes around, right, I'm doing what my mum and dad are doing, that's what they're doing, and they just break that cycle, or it's homesick or something. So we're trying to give them better opportunity to get in there, and so that's been really good. I love that. I get to go out to schools and share my story in the Indigenous communities, local schools. You know, there's so much, and then also just, you know, family on your coast because of that.
It's growing. Mate, well, last time, share your socials. Where can people find you?
Oh, mate, just on Instagram or Facebook, just normal. Twitter's on there as well. That's about it, really. It's just
Brad Hore?
Yeah, just Brad Hore. It's not too much. I don't have all the ones, but you know, social media to me, it's how we try to. You got to promote yourself too.
100%.
You know, boxing's a pretty shitty sport, especially in the amateurs. So
it's a lot easier now to promote yourself.
All you got to do is talk shit.
Well, that's the bad side of it, isn't it? Before you had to, you know, people wanted to have to promote you. You had to be good at your sport, and then you got promoted. By, you know, you major news, and people would spend money on flyers and posters and getting you on TV. Now, you can sit here with a bloody camera like I am, going fucking or do your own little one, going, I'm going to fucking bash this bloke, blah, blah, blah. And next minute you got yourself a fight just for talking shit. So, mate, I can't wait to watch you fight on the 5th of the 6th. I'm so glad you're back. And, mate, your story is absolutely, like I said when I started diving into it, I was just like, holy fuck, we've done so much, man.
And that's the best thing. Like we were talking yesterday, and I said, I still haven't realised how much I've achieved.
So what was that actually a point for you? Was it like, all right, I've made it? Or do you look back now and go, holy fuck, I've done all that?
I sit back
now. So at no point do you think, like, yes, I've made it, I'm on the pathway on the first one. It's
I hate people telling me I can't. I hate that. You know, and like, I can tell you right now, people would have told me 14 months ago, you're too old, what are you doing? Don't tell me that. Whatever, mate.
That's right. You do,
you gotta change things. Recovery, like I said, my body's fine. My head's fine, everything's fine, I'm mentally strong. But I still haven't realised what I've done. Until I really sit back and I go back and go,
someone jams it in your face
and say, no, I've done that. And I don't go around saying, I've done this and done that.
Not one.
It's just, You know, when you watch the Olympics or watch all the Commonwealths, I've been there. I've missed that. I've missed them times.
Yeah. So, mate, it's been absolutely sensational. Thank you so much once again, mate.
Cheers.